Joining us here on WTHR Plus, it's now 7:02 on your Friday morning. We are glad it's the end of the work week, but we're looking ahead to a busy weekend weather-wise. So we'll catch you up to speed. I'm Sam in for Julia this week along with Julia and Matt. And boy, is it going to be a busy weekend.
Yeah, it is. So it is nice to have a calm Friday where we are dry. It's cold. We can't do anything about that. But you can get out and try and get prepared if you have some last minute things to handle before this weekend when you probably want to bunker down.
Yeah, the grocery stores were pretty busy yesterday.
Yep.
I mean, they're going to be busy again today. Once again, it's not the biggest storm that's going to make Indiana history but it's still an impactful storm.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 6 to 12 inches. And so that's enough that today's a good day just to make sure everything's kind of ready to go with your car. And one thing I was thinking about too, I think we're going to have some slide offs and different things like that on the roads. It's so cold this weekend that if that happens, you want to make sure that you just have extra blankets in the car. Your phone's charged. Just some simple reminders for you as you're headed out the door the next couple of days.
That's a great thought. You might be sitting there on the side of the road for a little while if it does come to that.
It's kind of hard for them to even get to you,
right?
Too. When you have 6 to 12 inches, that's not easy. All right, so what is going on? We're going to spend the next handful of minutes talk about the latest update here Friday morning. Number one. Still just a slight trend to the north with some of the ice. That means the heaviest snow is just north of the ice. That means the bullseye is really moving out of Kentucky and coming into Indiana, especially southern Indiana. The heavy snow from the Ozarks, right over the Mississippi, right over the Wabash, southern Indiana for the highest totals. That'll continue across the Ohio River to the north and to the east. Here in central Indiana, we're talking about a good half foot at least, maybe up to a foot, maybe some places getting just over a foot farther towards our south. That's update number one. Update number two, the time window of the snow. Not necessarily has shifted all that much, but rather expanded. So here's how your weekend's going to play out. Winter storm warnings have been activated, and a lot of them will start at noon. Doesn't mean the steadiest snow will be here by noon, but we do think throughout the day on Saturday we'll have scattered light snow showers. And because it's so cold out there, every snowflake can pretty much stick to most surfaces. And so there could be some slick spots developing gradually on Saturday. It's after dinner time, let's say 6, 7, 8 o'clock, when some steadier snow will move in, and then we'll stay pretty steady for the rest of your Saturday night through Sunday, all the way up to about dinner time on Sunday, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. So winter storm warnings have been posted. We'll see what the rest of northern Indiana gets. We'll probably have a mix of a couple more winter storm warnings, pink, and I know it's kind of hidden, but this purple winter weather travel advisories. Essentially, the farther north you go, a little bit less snow. Farther south you go in Indiana, more snow. You go too far south, you get back to the sleet and ice that they're going to get in Kentucky. But it's also just been interesting not just to see our snowfall totals go up, but to see the ice potential in some parts of the deep south go down. It's really going to be over Tennessee and Arkansas, parts of the Carolinas where some of the thickest ice will be. We have that weather impact alert through the weekend because of the cold and the snow. In fact, it's really cold this morning. We've had a cold front this come on through. These are cold, extreme cold warnings. They're out there. We've had a cold weather advisory, but I want to show you, this is where the storm actually is located, and parts of it is still kind of spinning off the coast too, but you've got general low pressure over the desert southwest. Once it taps into the jet stream, which is right here, you can see the clouds drifting from southwest to northeast. The storm will hit that and then just kind of shoot up like a highway. It's going to, remember in Finding Nemo where they got into that Great Barrier Reef, they got into that stream, I forgot what it was called, when they just go flying. What was it called? East Australia. See, that's what we have Julia for. East Australian Current. That's what it's going to kind of be like. See, these movies, there's a reason why we watch. Anyways, we're going to hit that stream and come right into Indiana with heavier snow and maybe some sleet right by the Ohio River. Here in Indianapolis, it's been cold for you Friday, but at least we're dry for Friday, a little bit breezy with those westerly and northwesterly winds. We've also had a lot of school delays, some closings, and a lot of e-learnings. Some of the yellow ones are e-learnings. It's just really cold out there, so bundle up. And we'll have the cold today and tomorrow. Really, we'll have it through the weekend and all next week too. But the snow will be the primary focus starting late Saturday evening and Saturday night, all the way through Sunday, and then we're expecting the leftover impacts to still linger Monday because it's so cold. That's really going to melt. Wind chills throughout this storm, -10 down to -20, and the snowfall could be 6 to 12 inches. Closer to the 6, farthest to the north, closer to the 12 or more south of Indianapolis. So that's where you start getting into the point where roads become dangerous to somewhat impassable times, and you want to make sure the shovel's ready to go. Plus the snowblower for some of us. It could be a snowblower type of snow. So let's talk a little bit more about timing and then how much snow we're expecting. All right, When does it start? Saturday's a big day. There's a lot going on. And we also have the IU party there in Bloomington. We think we'll have some scattered snow showers developing through the afternoon, but they probably don't become super heavy and steady until about 6, 7, 8 o'clock or so. And then once it becomes steady, it should stay pretty steady through the night, all the way to Sunday, 6 p.m. After that, we can finally start talking about leftover snow showers. That's a long time window. I mean, for some of us, that's 12 hours of snow. And if you're getting about an inch per hour, that puts you right about 12 inches. Here's a look at Future Track 13. You're going to watch the snow expand across the state. This is 1 o'clock. I think at first it'll be kind of scattered and light, but it will become steadier late Saturday evening into Saturday night. Steady streams of snow. Sunday morning, expect a lot of church closings. We're actually been told about some already. We don't have them scrolling at the bottom yet. But snow will continue for your Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and then late Sunday evening, Sunday night. Eventually, this should start to wrap up. We may still have some flurries on the backside as well. So how much snowfall are we expecting? A good 8 to 12 inches across much of central Indiana, maybe more towards the south, but a lot of us will be aiming towards the foot. Some of us will get there and some of us won't. A little bit less to the north, but this means everyone is snow covered. And when it comes to the roads, we have 2 different systems, or 3 different colors and 3 different levels. Yellow to the north, where travel becomes difficult, dangerous, at points, especially off the interstate, impassable. Just because there's just so much snow coming down, and with temperatures so cold, the road treatment won't be as effective. They may have to switch over to a beet juice and also calcium chloride, but there's only so much, right? And that calcium chloride they don't like using because it really hurts the road. It kind of messes it up, and that makes spring a lot tougher too. But anyways, that's getting into the weeds of the thing. That's their issue. What we got to let you know is that a lot of snow is coming our way and a lot of cold as well. Let's touch on traffic though this morning. What you're going to see is still kind of leftover salt on the roads from some of our other systems, but they're going to have to redo it again. They'll be putting that brine throughout the rest of your Friday and the weekend. Traffic looks like it's moving fine. Maybe a little bit busier at the grocery store parking lot today. Live look there in Pendleton. The last view was Greenwood, by the way. This is a live look by Pendleton, I-69, State Road 38. Traffic's moving fine, but in Pendleton, we're expecting kind of a land of white coming up this weekend. Julia?
Oh, thank you, Matt. Well, before all of the snow hits, city street departments are starting all of their salt trucks hours in advance. But some say that there could be some challenges this time. Matt was just touching on this a little bit. Anna Chalker is in studio with us to tell us when we could start seeing those Indy DPW crews out and about. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Julia. That first truck fleet, they'll start tonight and they'll work in 12-hour shifts through the weekend until DPW feels that all the roads here in the city are safe and cleared. So like every snow event this season, the trucks will plow on their 3-tiered system. They'll first focus on those bridges and overpasses in your main streets like a Washington or a Meridian, then move on to connector streets and then finally hitting up your neighborhood streets. This snow season already, DPW has laid 20,000 tons of salt, but say this time around they may have some challenges on their hands when dumping that. Because of how cold it's supposed to get, the salt and de-icers really lose their effectiveness. Here's what the department wants residents to pay attention to as they adapt to laying down all of that salt.
Please do take precautions if you're in a vehicle or taking some other mode of transportation. If you see our trucks out and about, please do give them room to work. We want to keep them working. We want to keep our crews out there on the road. And we want to make sure everyone gets home safe at the end of the shift.
To keep up where those trucks are, you can visit the Indy Snow Force map. It's a nice couple color-coded, time-coded one right there. Pretty easy for you. And like every time that it snows, the first place people visit, we know it's going to be the grocery store. So coming up, we'll show you how they're stocking up, but also the stores where you need to get those outside essentials and kind of the important things the next couple of days.
All right. Yeah, I haven't thought anything about outside essentials. I just realized I'm low on cookie dough.
Oh, make sure you get that.
Thank you, Anna.